Whatever else we do and whatever else we tell you in the next 24 hours, probably what we're now going to do is amongst the most important. In less than an hour from now, you'll see the clock on the screen. CNN will mark My Freedom Day. It's a chance for you and me to speak up against modern day slavery. And we're here in Atlanta, which is the world's busiest airport by passenger numbers. Like any other major operation, Atlanta has to constantly guard against the scourge of human trafficking. Companies like the ones based here understand it is now their responsibility to take part in this fight. So how does this actually in reality work out? Well, first of all, it's the transportation methods used by traffickers, planes and trains. The networks they use to communicate, whether it's phones, emails, WhatsApps. The bank accounts they store their money in and pay for tickets and move in the credit cards. Put it this way, we're a business show. Industries cannot stop trafficking with good words, platitudes, and nice wishes. It's time for action, and tonight we are proud to share the work of companies with the world. Airplanes and airports. Now, key points. Think about it this way. If you're going to traffic people, at some point you've got to move them overseas, whether it's by boat or by plane. Delta Airlines teaches staff to spot the signs of human trafficking. More than 50,000 employees have received training. Alison Osbund leads the effort as the SVP, the Senior Vice President, and explained Delta's connection.
Delta's been involved in the fight against human trafficking really since 2011. And last year we decided, you know what, we want to get our customers on board with us. We want to get our 80,000 employees on board with us to join in the fight to eradicate human trafficking. So for us, it's about educating our employees, raising awareness with our customers too.
You'll agree this is a tricky, difficult, unsavory subject that's crucially important.
Yes.
And you tend to find many corporations shy away from this, particularly if you're selling dream vacations and wonderful flights and luxury seats and beds and things. But Delta's decided this is so important.
Yeah, it's a dark topic.
Yes,
You're absolutely right.
Thank you. You put it better than I could.
It's a dark topic. Most companies don't want to get involved, but when we took a step back and said we've got 80,000 employees around the world, global reach, we carry 200 million customers a year, there's hope in the topic. There's hope if we can get in the fight, raise awareness, and help eradicate.
It's a dark topic. Now, experts say the warning signs that you need to look out for. So, for example, the traveler may not be dressed appropriately. For instance, clothes the wrong size and have few personal items, seemingly be unaware of where they are or why they're going. They may appear unable to move freely around the airport or indeed the aircraft. Movements appear to be controlled by another for no obvious reason, parent or daughter or son, no obvious understanding. And most important, perhaps, they can't discuss travel details. They can't even tell you where they're going or why. It's all about the practicality, as Matthew Palmer puts this into practice, a flight attendant with Delta. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Richard.
We've talked a lot. We heard from Alison about the grand ideas of this, but it really does come down to the everyday looking at things and doing something about it. So what do you train people?
We train people partnering with Polaris to recognize the signs you just talked about. Flight attendants are an incredible resource. We travel all over the world and we sleep in the hotels where these folks go as well. So knowing the warning signs, knowing to rely on each other, taking that resource that you have in the flight deck to talk to the ground, to know the information that we have on the passengers.
Do you have examples, either of your own airline or others, of where this has been successful? Where there's actually somebody's spotted something and it has worked? Going
back to the flight attendants being a resource, I think the best thing that I've learned over dealing with this issue is women were coming into the country, going to a large city, but supposedly going to New York for a modeling job. When they arrived in that city, they were getting on a bus to go to that city. Flight attendants, talked among themselves over the course of time and realized you don't come from that country to that city to get to New York, and certainly not by bus. So they were able to raise that flag and ended up breaking up a sex trafficking ring. How difficult is it to make that decision? Do I challenge or not? If I'm wrong
am I going to cause an incident? Which side is it best to err on?
Well, Delta flight attendants can absolutely count on the company to have their back, but our passengers expect that as well. So we train our flight attendants to spot the signs. I think that we would rather be wrong than let someone slip through the crack. But it is very delicate situation. We have a but-for test going back to the flight attendants relying on each other. Did you see the same thing I saw? And then going through the process of making sure that the folks on the ground here in Atlanta can help us as well.
Matthew, did you ever think that this was a big issue?
No.
That's the really interesting.
No.
Because every time we start talking about My Freedom Project, the Freedom Project and My Freedom Day, it's very difficult to make people understand that this is a real issue because it's so out of the realms of anything that we deal with in Western everyday life.
Not only did I not think it was a big deal, I didn't think it happened here. I thought it was an over there problem. And through the work of Polaris and Street Grace and other organizations, you understand it happens right here in Fulton County, in Atlanta, throughout the state. There's, traffickers. I live in D.C. There's traffickers that get kids from Georgia and traffic them up to D.C. because they're a more valuable product up there, unfortunately.
There's the camera. Look straight down the camera and tell us, actually take that one there, take that camera, there's the camera, take that camera straight down there and tell me what freedom means to you.
Freedom means to me empowering our flight attendants to serve our passengers and take responsibility for the victims and to let them know that when you're on a Delta flight, you're going to be protected. We're going to stand up for you and we're going to take care of those traffickers.
And tomorrow you're inviting all your flight attendants to tweet and to message.
To tweet, and we will give every My Freedom Day and hashtag Get On Board.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.